my nose angled because my sugar is dropping, but I thought that would, I already ate a Twix, by the way, and drank soda, not just letting it drop out. But I thought that would actually be the perfect time to talk about how I feel lately in regards to the reactive hypoglycemia, which, if you guys don't know, I was diagnosed with around May of 2021, or started having symptoms in late April and May, and I was officially diagnosed in June of 2021, so it's been almost 4 years. And later on in 2021, I had a really severe blood sugar in public, and I also had a really severe blood sugar last year. Both of which, but more so we're going to talk about the one in 2021, made me afraid to leave the house, basically. So it started with being afraid to leave the house, and eventually it transformed into a point where at times I was afraid to even leave my bedroom because it felt like my only safe place. Like, I improved since then in regards to like the house, basically. Felt like my safe zone. And even as far as like, I mean, this is something honestly I haven't even told you guys that you guys don't know about, but even going on my front porch felt unsafe. Even like in the times I did go out, like horseback riding even, or just to a store or whatever, I would get panic attacks, either the night before or during or even after. Being in the car for more than 15 minutes, I'd start getting panicky. And that's something that I've had to live with for 4 years, of being afraid of basically blood sugar dropping and dying if I left this house, is where my brain would be at. And this weekend was no different in regards to the first like car ride that ended up being like 3.5 hours, and I didn't talk about it on the vlog because I haven't really talked about any of this on the vlogs. It's something that I've just personally dealt with, that I don't even really talk to family that much about it, honestly. I just compartmentalize it. But so the first car ride gave me anxiety, and the first night away from like my safe zone gave me anxiety. But I don't know how, but somehow this weekend it's like a switch went off in my brain. And I mean, I did so much this weekend that I wouldn't have ever dreamt of doing even recently. I went to the beach, did like a 3.5 hour car ride, went mini golfing, went to the Titanic Museum, which was the whole pushing point of me pushing myself to do this in the first place, because I really wanted to go to that museum. Was walking around, was at a hotel, not even at like another person's house, was at a hotel, walking around a lot to get food or drink. I won't even go into the hotel vending machine because that was a whole headache. I actually need to make sure the hotel vending machine didn't charge my bank account, but anyway, I digress. Went out to eat at 2 restaurants. The one you saw, which was the Rainforest Cafe yesterday, and then a like seafood place, and walked nearly 4 miles at Disney Springs. And it's like this determination came back after 4 years of dealing with this, not just physically but mentally. This determination came back to be like, hey, you don't control me, I control you, kind of thing. Like, I can't control my pancreas dumping insulin into my system, but I can control how I try to cope with it. And so, I don't know, this weekend just ignited this fire in me to keep going, not just stop pushing the envelope at that point, but keep pushing it. So I actually took the dog for a walk this morning, which is, I don't think the dog enjoyed it that much, to be honest. Yanni, he's our beagle, he's very lazy. But I took him for a walk. It was a short walk. It was like a little under a quarter of a mile. We were going slow. It was a 20-minute walk. I was like, hey, this is something I want to start trying to do 5 days a week. Just walking around the apartment complex grounds, not anything crazy. And then Thursday, I'm going to a state park, if it doesn't rain, to try and get more animal pictures. Friday I have an appointment, but that's not really a fun outing. But and I was working on my book in the middle of the day after I'd already eaten a lot. Like, I ate an ice cream sandwich, which somehow didn't drop my sugar, I don't know how, and started working on my book, my poetry book, and sat down and wrote 16 poems today after I'd already eaten, when normally I wouldn't do that until, like, before I ate. So I played with the cat, and walking around after I'd eaten. Like, there's a balance of, I can't just exercise, unfortunately, whenever I want to. I have to do these walks or whatever before I eat, or I would go low. But I'm just really thankful that after nearly 4 years of dealing with this stupid disease that, is probably going to be for the rest of my life, that I feel like I finally have some control back, that I finally have some hope back, that, there's going to be days where sugar's so bad that I probably am stuck here, bedbound. But there's also going to be days where I can walk 4 miles at Disney Springs, So, yeah, the purpose of this vlog was basically just to say that I feel so happy and so determined that, before I had reactive hypoglycemia, I really loved running. I ran the 5K. It was something that really helped me mentally. And I'm not physically strong enough to be running, and I also am not trying to lose more weight. I need to gain weight. But just the fact that I can take, 20-minute walk in the morning, get outside, get some sun, it just feels really nice to have this determination and this part of my life back. So, yeah. If you're struggling with something physically or mentally that's holding you back, I hope that you can flip that switch as well. You can find that strength to be like, I've lived in fear, in my case, for 4 years, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to live in fear anymore, because we only get one life, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life in fear. I want to spend it enjoying it. So, yeah.